3 months ago, Celeste buried her husband. The accident had happened late at night. The police said his car had crashed into a truck on the highway. The body was badly damaged, but his wallet and phone were found at the scene. Everyone believed it was him. The funeral was heartbreaking. Friends, family, neighbors, everyone came to pay their respects. Celeste cried until she couldn't stand anymore. She had lost the love of her life. Or at least, that's what she thought. Because 2 months later, Celeste traveled to another city for work. And while standing at a traffic light, she saw a man across the street. A man who looked exactly like her husband. Same height, same face, same walk. The man turned around, and their eyes met. Celeste's heart stopped, because the man she buried 3 months ago was standing right in front of her.
How is this possible? You're supposed to be gone.
Celeste couldn't believe her eyes. The man across the street looked exactly like her husband. For a moment, she thought, maybe grief was playing tricks on her mind. When the traffic light changed, the man walked past her, close enough for her to see his face clearly. The man stopped. He looked confused.
Yes?
His voice even sounded like her husband's. Celeste felt her knees weaken.
Do I know you?
I'm sorry, I think you're mistaken.
Then he introduced himself.
My name is Daniel.
Daniel, not the name of her husband. But before Celeste could ask another question, a woman walked up and held his arm. And what she said made Celeste freeze.
Daniel, are you ready? The kids are waiting.
Celeste's husband never had children. So who was this man who had his face, voice, and life?
Do you think the hospital made a mistake? The man who attended his own funeral. Part 3: The investigation. Celeste couldn't sleep that night. The man she met looked exactly like her husband, but he said his name was Daniel, and he had a family, so Celeste decided to find out the truth. The next day, she followed him. She watched as he entered a house. A normal house. Inside were 2 children playing in the yard, and the woman she saw yesterday. They looked like a happy family, but Celeste needed answers, so she went to the police. When the officer heard her story, he looked at her strangely, but he agreed to reopen the accident report. A few days later, the officer called Celeste back to the station. He placed a file on the table, and what he said next shocked her. Madam, the body from the accident was never confirmed with DNA. Part 4 tomorrow. Do you think the hospital made a mistake? Follow for more. Share to someone who might like this.
The police decided to run a DNA test. They needed to know the truth. So they secretly collected a sample from Daniel and compared it to the man who died in the accident. A week later, the results came back. Celeste was called to the police station. The officer opened the file slowly, then he said something nobody expected. The man who died in the accident was your husband. Celeste felt dizzy. If the dead man was her husband, then who was the man living in the other city? The officer explained something shocking. Years ago, a pair of identical twins had been separated at birth. One was adopted. The other stayed with his biological family. And somehow, Celeste had married one of them. Because Daniel, the twin she met in the city, had never known about his brother either. Celeste met Daniel one more time. This time, she told him everything about the accident results, about the twin brother he never knew he had. 2 lives, separated at birth, connected by fate. Celeste watched silently beside him, and in that moment, they both realized something. Life had taken one brother away, but it had revealed another. And sometimes, the truth doesn't destroy lives. Sometimes, it creates new families.